Start.
Good morning, children. How are you, all of you? I wish you a very happy new year. I know you are all enjoying this cool winter season, but yes, study should be all on your top priority. Isn't it, 8th class? Okay. Now, children, see, as you have seen, what topic I have mentioned here? Cyber ethics. This is a new chapter we are starting. Okay. Now, this cyber ethics chapter you have also studied in your previous class, previous year we have talked more, but now again we will talk about this in details. So everyone, please take out page number 133 so that we can have a deep discussion on this chapter. Okay. So what we are going to learn in this chapter, though we will discuss what does this cyber ethics mean, what are the different kind of unethical practices, now what can we do to deal with such kind of unethical practices, right? Now just see, check out your book. See, why we are studying this topic, why we are studying this chapter? Because students, see, we are all exposed to the internet world and nobody is aloof of this internet technology. Is it? Now, internet is definitely a beneficial thing. But if you think the other side of the coin, it means it has some side effects too. Okay, it has its own curses also, right? So that's what we will discuss it here. Though internet has converted this whole world into a global village, but yet there are certain things, certain malpractices which are followed by people to disturb the life and property of others. Is it? Now, let's discuss what does this ethic means. Generally, ethic means any moral practices or any moral values or principle that one must follow, or it can be a person or it can be a group of individuals, that it has to be followed when it conducts in a society. So certain moral values and behavior we should possess, that we call as ethics. In a similar way, if we talk about cyber ethics, when we are exposed to the internet, when we are online, okay, so in that case this ethics becomes more evident and more important. Okay, so what are cyber ethics? Any set of moral conducts. Okay, again this is moral values, but a set of principles, again moral principles or procedures that has to be followed online, so that we don't harm the sentiment or emotion of any other person. Of others, right? So this is how we define cyber ethics. You can check the definition in a book also. But it says like it's a set of procedures, moral principles and ethical practices. Certain practices should be there that while using the computer resources and includes new issues that are raised by new technologies. Whenever any new technologies come, what happens? Along with the good factor, it brings also certain bad factors, bad things with it. So we have to deal with this issue. This all come under cyber ethics. As the name says, cyber means online. Ethics are the moral values. So that combines the cyber ethics, right? Now, generally cyber ethics are taught to the IT users. IT users, we all are IT users now. We make use of internet technology, isn't it? So we are being taught this cyber ethics so that we can be responsible enough. We don't create anybody, we don't hurt the sentiment of others or not create anything, any problem for us even. Is it? Now, there are certain things, some common guidelines which ought to be followed. That I am to note down here also, that you can check this from your book on page number 139. Right? So, what are those guidelines? Generally, you have seen this, I have kept this in the computer lab as well. Okay, never ever use computer technology. Don't use computer technology to interfere into somebody else's computer. Someone else's computers. Okay? The very first thing, we shouldn't break into somebody else's computer without permission. This is one such practice. Never ever, don't spy on anybody's computer resources. Don't spy on another's computer's resources. We shouldn't look what things are contained inside the computer of any other person. Okay? Now, next is this. Never ever use computer technology to spread wrong information. Okay, that actually what you do, you make use of computer technology to create rumors. So that is also a very wrong practice. Okay, I'm just telling you all this only because there are certain various guidelines, various rules that has to be followed. Like we should not use somebody else's computer without authorization. We should not go to anybody person's computer without their permission. And yes, if you are developing any kind of software, okay, you should always keep this in mind that what social impact it can create, this software can create on the person or on the society. Okay, and yes, the very utmost thing, you should be courteous. You should be courteous enough so that you don't courteous enough and be respectful to all the users. And don't make use of any nonsense or inappropriate words or sentences or languages. Is it? So these are the just basic familiarity you should follow. Now what we will do, we will discuss all these in details. Okay, there are several other practices. Now what we will discuss, take out page number 134, the next page. We will discuss about some unethical practices that are actually happening, that are done, but we will discuss in details about the problems and what solutions can be made in it. Okay, so the first thing is, now the first we should discuss here is the plagiarism. Now, what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is generally imitation of somebody else's work. Imitation of somebody else's work and projecting it that the work has been created by us. It means taking the credit of anybody else's work and projecting it as self. Okay, so this is a form of pride. Okay, so this is again a kind of unethical practices. Just check out this definition given in your book. It is the usage or imitation of the language and thoughts of another person projected as one's own original work. So this is a crime. Now as per Merriam-Webster dictionary, what is that? Merriam-Webster dictionary. As per this, what they have defined plagiarism is either to steal, generally is pattern of stealing information, steal and pass off the ideas. Pass off any ideas or thoughts or any creative work. Next is again using those words without giving the credit. Third, any kind of committing literally theft. Literally theft means generally this stealing is mainly seen in the literary work. Like somebody has written one original story and the other person has taken that story and claiming that he has written that story, he or she has written without giving credit to the original writer. Is it? Now next is this. So to protect all these things, several other copyright acts has been made. Now we will discuss what kind of things will be required or what steps will be required so that we can prevent plagiarism. Okay. Now, what are the steps to prevent plagiarism? See, definitely the first step, basic step to prevent plagiarism is to put on the citation. What is? To prevent plagiarism, the best method is using citation. Now, what is citation? Citation means whenever any literary work is made, whenever any literary work is made, so what it is done, you have seen that in certain document, some credits are mentioned just at the below or some sources are given. So in this way, though we are taking up the thing, but you are giving credit to the original writer or original inventor. Okay, so this way the citation mentioned the source credit, this actually you are doing the citation here. Okay, now see what is citation? Acknowledging the original writer and source from where the material has been taken. Because we visit online, several contents we get. Okay, what we do? This time, in this era, the copy-paste method, that plagiarism is very common. Because copy-paste is always there. We check the content on the internet and from there we copy and paste it on our own content, on our own project, isn't it? So this thing can be sorted out. Children, listen, this is definitely a crime. We also resist you that we shouldn't follow these things. Whenever if you are copying, but always give credit to the source from where you are taking it. Give the name of the website or give the name of the person who has created this work. So this way you can prevent yourself from plagiarism. Okay. Now, there are several other things also. Okay, one more thing is that always focus on the basic and original ideas of yours. Always try to invent original ideas so that you can ultimately avoid the plagiarism. Is it? Now, if you are done with this plagiarism, now next topic we will go to is cyberbullying. This is a very common unethical practice that we hear across. Second one is cyberbullying. Cyber means online. Bullying is a third. Your schools, even in your neighbors also, surrounding also. You have seen people, students or peer group students, they pass certain abusive remarks to other students regarding their weakness. Whatever weakness this poses, the students are made that inappropriate remarks. So if that remarks is made online, then this is known as cyberbullying. Let me read out the definition of cyberbullying. It is the act of harming, harassing or targeting a person by another person using the internet technology in a deliberate manner. And this can be how, suppose two people are chatting, okay, and one person is posting certain abusive remark like about the person's gender, about the person's skin color, okay, insulting him in front of everyone, but focusing targeting certain particular thing of his body features, of his gender, of his religion. So that thing will be known as cyberbullying. Harassing a person on the basis of religion or skin color, gender, etc. online. If you are doing this online, so this will be cyberbullying. Okay, this is a very serious kind of unethical practice. So what are the steps that should be taken so that we can prevent cyberbullying? The immediate step is that first block that person. If you are online, if you are present on a social networking area, block that person who is causing the cyberbullying immediately. Don't let yourself be the victim of cyberbullying. Second thing is that report for the person immediately. Report. There are certain options present on the social networking site. From there you can report about that particular person, and you can also file a report to the cybercrime police. And third, immediately that you will definitely complain, but definitely talk about this with your parents or any elder whom you trust upon. So there are various steps that are already mentioned in your book on page number 135. See, and yes, first way, definitely prevention is better than cure. How can you prevent yourself? Never ever disclose your identity to any unknown person. This is the best way to get yourself prevented from cyberbullying. Okay? And never ever share your passwords to whosoever your best friend you may be, but never ever share your passwords. Okay? And if somehow if you have cyberbullied, then you can block that person and report to the it will report to any elder or report to the police station. Now, the third form of unethical practice is fishing. Now, this fishing is what somewhat related like the way that how we trap a fish, but spelling is a little bit different. Fishing. Okay. Now, fishing is means sending any unnecessary sending an email. It is showing pretending to be that the email has came from a very trusted, pretending that it has came from a trusted organization. So you will be compelled to open this, but actually if you click on this kind of emails, you will fall in trap of those cyber criminals. Okay, if you click on this email, if you open the email and you click on this link, your personal information goes to their website. If you open, you will be prompted to visit certain fake websites, and in their fake websites, if you open and give your personal information, then those information can be used to make crime in your name. They can take the details of yours and make cyber crimes. Right, and in fact you can lose your money from banks as well, right? Now, what are the ways how we can prevent this phishing? Generally, the best way is that never open this kind of emails. Never open this kind of email. Now, how can we judge that what type of emails actually contain phishing or those? Generally, they won't have anything written on the to or CC section of the email. They don't have proper addressing on the to or CC section of the email body. Right? Now, next thing is that if you have opened it better, now this emails. Block this emails. And another best way is that you should put on some antivirus or some firewalls. Once if you introduce antivirus, nowadays antivirus comes loaded with all sorts of protection security, not just antivirus also but firewalls also, spam filters also, and phishing. Spam is also a type of unethical thing that they actually spread, but this is also part of that. Spam is also part of this phishing practices, okay, where mass emails are sent across to people, okay. So better is that get some firewall installed on your computer or antivirus installed on your computer. They will automatically filter out this phishing emails from your computer system, okay. And yes, always completely keep on checking your bank account statement or other online account statement through internet, so that you only identify that only authorized transactions are made. And last we will discuss here is the hacking. This is the last topic of today's video that we will discuss, hacking here. Now, what is hacking? As the name suggests, hacking means breaking into somebody else's computer without their notice. Breaking into someone else's computer without their notice. His or her notice. And then what? Taking out confidential information and using those information to gain monetary. Is it? So this is the definition. See, what does hacking refers? Check this on page number 136. Hacking refers, you can underline also children, these all are key informative lines you have to underline and learn all these definitions. So, hacking refers to illegal intrusion into a computer system or network, not just into computer, but this breaking can be into a network as well. Okay, if one enters into a network, the whole network get jammed. Okay, see, listen, not yes, definitely hackers. There are certain people who do the hacking, they are known as hackers. People who do hacking, they are known as hackers, right? But there are certain hackers who does this hacking not just for their, but not for a negative way, not for a negative path, but they does this for their nation's security. You have seen that to check out the other rival countries' information. There are certain hackers installed in our country as well. So that form of hacking, which is done for a noble cause, that is known as ethical hacking. It means a kind of moral hacking. Besides hackers, there is another term called crackers. These crackers, they mainly focus on cracking the passwords or account details, so which are actually linked with this important confidential data. Account details like account number, account password that you are dealing with. So all these things, those particular who crack or who breaks off this code of password of an email account, banking account, they are known as crackers. They are all synonymous with hackers. Okay, hackers not just only break into computer system, but they can destroy the data. They can erase the data and they can manipulate or change the data even. Is it? And crackers just only crack this passwords and account details only. So there are several ways, the steps how to prevent from hacking. Always install what? Antivirus. This is mandatory. Next is always keep changing your password time to time. Keep changing passwords time to time or periodically. Fine. Now always keep your antivirus updated, install a good antivirus, okay? And never ever, the best suggestion is that never use free Wi-Fi services, because from this is the Wi-Fi from where the hackers actually attack the computers. Never use free Wi-Fi services, okay? And only go to those websites which are secure, okay? Only visit secure websites. Though children, the topic is enormous, the content is very large, there can be many more points included in it, though I have tried to wrap up this in short and precise way. Okay, go through the content of your book, check it, and your homework is that you will revise up to page number, you will learn and make notes up to the topic hacking. Okay, so you will learn the definitions of each and every term and learn the steps what you can do to prevent it. Okay, so that's all for now children. Keep preparing, keep practicing. Okay, thank you so much.